All right, everyone, welcome back to Football Unleashed. Today we are doing the Premier League Game Week 4 review. That kicked off with Everton versus Liverpool. That game got to me, bruv. That game got to me. I am vexed after that game, bruv. Too much. I couldn't follow. I just switched off for the rest of the weekend because that game just threw me off.
It was a good game though. It was a good game to watch.
Quality game.
Quality decisions during the game. Refereeing was perfect as usual.
And you know what? I think we have to come out and say that we were wrong in our previews. We questioned the keepers, but I think one in particular had a standout performance in the derby. I'm sorry. I want to see how quickly we can rattle Ishan. That's going to be the test today. Anyway, so
you know what? I'll stay calm. It's fine. I'll stay calm. Easy, light work.
Okay, Ishan, would you say that you're happy? Okay, so before the game, would you have taken a 2-2 draw?
I would not have taken a 2-2 draw. I fancied just for the victory.
No. Okay.
I absolutely fancied just for the victory. You know, Everton looking strong, top of the league and whatever, playing good football under Ancelotti with all their new signings, whatever. But still, I fancied just for the victory. I would not have taken a 2-2 before the game. And it shouldn't have been a 2-2. Personally, I don't think it should have ended 2-2. Based on,
I can't really disagree with.
Yeah, I mean, looking back at it, it didn't even look offside. I was looking at replay. It looked like his sleeve was offside or something. I don't know what they were looking at.
Maybe you can score with the sleeve, so that's why they counted it. I guess.
Score with the sleeve. All right, good luck.
I don't know, man.
No.
It was the dodgy decision,
obviously, where it's like, they don't count like your arm because obviously you can't score with your arm. I don't know what they were thinking with that one, but
it's onside for me. It's onside. Like they measured it because
I mean, he looked in line. He looked in line with the defender.
Yeah, he looked just about on. Yeah,
that's the thing, right? Because I feel like they felt like they had to make a decision, like if it was offside or onside. They didn't consider it can just be level, and that means it's onside. Because I think at that point you have to say their level is onside.
I mean, they did make 2 lines though, and with the lines he was offside. But where they took the actual line from Mane, it was like obviously part of the body that you can't score with anyway. So that didn't really.
They took it from right at the edge of the shirt. Like it makes no sense.
And you know what I was saying about the shirt was probably just waffle. Like like guarantee there is not a rule where you can score with the shirts. Like obviously that's right next to your arm, so it shouldn't have been taken from there. It should have been from a place that. So where do you think the next place was that you guys scored with? That's like.
So with the new rules, it's the edge of, so it's the part of your arm where like the sleeve finishes, like. But what they did was because the sleeve was sticking out, right? They measured it from the very edge of the sleeve rather than where his arm was.
It was so tight. Like I don't know.
It was incredibly tight, bro.
And obviously it's meant to be clear and obvious. That certainly was neither of them. So it's a bit of a strange one. But bro, like Pickford, Jesus, he got saved there as well.
Absolutely.
It was a decent shot from. He did well to get it on target with his weak foot, Henderson. But Pickford should have saved that.
He should be saving that. That should be an easy save for him.
Yeah, I'm not giving Henderson credit for getting
shot,
on target.
to be honest.
No, absolutely. It should have been a better shot. Like you say, you did well to get it on target and whatever, but it should have been a better shot.
Just trying to make excuses for Pickford, really. But
Pickford had a shocker, but
he's terrible. He's actually terrible. It baffles me.
So I think we should move on to the two. Well, not two actually. The red card instance and the controversial instance. I think we're all in agreement that Richarlison was completely right to get sent off, and it was just a ridiculous.
There's no debate on that one. Yeah, there's no debate.
Yeah.
Obviously, the Pickford one is a bit more interesting because does like anybody here know the exact specific rules when it comes to dealing with cases?
Yes, I do.
Where the player is offside.
Yeah. So,
Okay, can you read that out?
Some old referee. He was a referee who used to referee in the Premier League. I can't remember exactly what his name is now, but he I think he was on like
Chris Fulton.
I'm not sure. He was on some
Okay, anyway, go on. Sorry.
And what he said was that it doesn't matter if it's in play or not, if the match is still happening. If they're on the field, they're still responsible for their actions. So it doesn't matter if the game's being stopped. Yeah. They're still responsible for their actions. So he should have been sent off.
Ooh. I mean, yeah, I can't disagree with that. I mean, it was a red card, clear red card, but the ref missed it, and it is what it is. Like, I think Liverpool fans need to stop crying, to be honest.
All right, so we'll get on to that in a minute.
Van Dijk's out.
We'll get on to that in a minute.
We can all say, I think we're all in agreement now. I
mean, it was a red card, but like, the refs missed it. The game's over now. You can't start crying about it after the game and calling for a ban or whatever. Like, it's just illogical. I don't think that makes any sense. The game's done. Get over it. Don't cry anymore.
So I just want to clear up. It's absolutely, without doubt, a red card in the game, right? And VAR should have gone back and looked at it.
Yeah.
I don't know how they didn't look at it.
Yeah, we've said that.
I don't know what they're talking about. They should have gone back and looked at it.
Okay, but it happens to other teams as well. I don't know why Liverpool are acting
it's not just you that it happens to
other teams, bro. Exactly. VAR is supposed to.
It happens to Arsenal.
VAR. Why are you acting like VAR is perfect for every other team except you?
Bro, like, if it was, Lamella would have got sent off.
Bro, Watford literally got relegated because of VAR, bro. Bro, Watford literally got relegated because of VAR. And they're not crying like you did because Van Dijk got injured.
What do you mean they're not crying like we did?
Bro, like, I don't see
they
them
literally
crying
got
like
relegated.
You did.
If they're not crying about it, then they should be.
They were, but like you guys are taking this.
Even what was it? Who was the team that got done dirt? Who came 18th last season? Was it Bournemouth?
I suppose.
Yeah, I think it was Bournemouth. But they could. Even then, I didn't see. Obviously, they're a much smaller club than Liverpool, so their reactions are naturally going to be smaller. But they still weren't crying to the same level that Liverpool fans were. Like, you know, when Aston Villa got on a Sheffield United v Aston Villa, it was first game week back, and there was a goal that Sheffield United scored that crossed the line, but for some reason, goal line technology didn't count it. And then obviously Aston Villa got a point from that game, and without that point, they would have gotten relegated. So once again, another situation.
Yeah, that's so stupid.
Yeah, another situation where they've been done dirty by like the technology used in the game, but you don't see that kind of outburst like.
Yeah, but after the game, you can't do physically can't do anything about it after the game because it would have changed the way the game played, right? But with this thing, right? So I think personally, that they should give Pickford a normal ban as if it was a normal red card. Like post game, I think they should make that decision.
He wasn't given a red card in game.
Right, but okay, so if the referee, right, if there's a shocking
the game's
challenge,
over.
We're talking about something different now. If there was a challenge and it was a really bad one and the referee gave a red card, he doesn't then go, that's a 5-match ban. Some other officials after the game, would go, that's a 5-match ban.
Yeah, but that's the rules of the game. Then
that's the rules of the game. Yeah.
But you can't just change the rule in accordance with the incidents. You change the rule and after the incident, and like the incident that has happened, the action taken with the incident that happened should be aligned with the rules of that current time. Change the rules now, 100% I agree. But let's say we say now, obviously, even if it was offside or whatever, you're allowed to go back and give that player a ban. I still don't think, Pickford should get that 3-match or 5-match ban because obviously at the time that's not the rules.
Yeah,
like it baffles me how some Liverpool fans are just crying.
Yeah, exactly. Like the rules
what do you mean
are what they are.
Pickford should have been sent off.
The rules are the rules. Bro,
they're not going to
rules
change the rules just because some guy's crying on Twitter. Like,
okay,
exactly.
Listen, we have the
rules are the rules.
We have the right to be annoyed that we would have won.
Yeah, but you're calling for him to get banned. Like that's just absurd. Bro, you're calling for him to get banned. It's just,
that's fine.
It's just a joke, really. Bro, you're becoming it's just a joke of a thing to like.
Alright, you've said it 5 times now. Can I talk now? Good stuff. So, listen, I agree with you in the fact that you can disagree with him being banned because of the reasons Jay said as well. You can disagree with him getting a ban after the game, and I'm accepting that. But what I'm saying is we're allowed to be annoyed since VAR cost us the game that they didn't get a Pickford sent off. And many people are saying they got the Mane one wrong. We have the right to be annoyed.
What's the point? Is still
we
crying.
have the right to be
You
annoyed.
can be annoyed, but like, stop calling. All I'm saying is stop calling for a ban and acting like you've been done dirty. That Pickford's still playing playing next week. Like, it's just a joke, really. That's what I'm saying.
Be playing next week. If it was right, he would have got a red card in the game.
But he is.
He got a red card in the game, and he would be playing next week. That's why we're upset about it, because that would be the course of action if it was right.
Yeah, but you all say Pickford's dead anyway, so like, you know.
Honestly, he probably cost Everton more points.
Yeah, exactly.
Playing than not playing, so
he made some good saves.
I'd be happy if I was you.
But Jay, you guys were crying, like, you Arsenal fans were crying about Mopé for a while as well. So I mean, I don't know where this is coming from now.
Yeah, and people laughed at us. So I mean, I don't know why Liverpool fans
exactly.
Whoa.
And you're literally doing the same thing.
No. This reaction is completely.
Okay,
like,
exactly.
The difference is Mopé's.
You're literally doing the exact same thing.
Mopé's wasn't a red card challenge. It never deserved to be a red card. But Pickford, we all know, deserves to be a red card.
No, but his was like, no, Pickford went for the ball. He didn't.
It doesn't matter. We're not talking about that.
Leonard already had the ball in his hands before he jumped. That's what.
It doesn't matter. We've discussed what makes it a red card, and I don't know
why you're bringing that up. Like, we always complain, it goes on for too long, and then here's Isham bringing up some like incident that happened months ago.
Bruv, you can't complain at me for crying when you literally cried so much with the Mopé.
I'm complaining that you're longing this out now. Like. It is what it is. Let's move on.
It is what it is. Just stop crying, bro. Just get over it.
Oh my days.
Like, he's not getting banned. It's
okay.
Just a bit silly to ask for him to get.
At the end of the day, we deserve the 3 points.
What are your opinion? Okay, you're complaining about Pickford, etc., etc. What's your opinion on Firmino right now? Obviously, one goal in his last 20.
Firmino's been so bad recently. He's been so bad. Every time he gets on the ball, I'm expecting him to give it away or lose the ball, bro. It's actually kind of. It feels really bad. But that's how I feel when he gets the ball, because he's played shocking. He's played absolutely shocking. I don't know if it's just a bad patch, but we'll see. We'll see. Is
there anybody that you could give like a chance to then? Do you reckon? I mean, Salah's played up front and he did bits.
Yeah. I mean, Salah scored a banging goal. That goal that he scored against Everton was sick.
I don't know.
Who was the person? Was it one of you guys that said like Salah's goal wasn't even that good?
Bro, that was Hossein, I think.
Oh yeah, that was so delusional. Okay,
comparing it to the Mahrez one, just allow that. Just allow that.
That was ridiculous. Anyway, let's not talk about Hossein and Mahrez. Yeah. Who would you consider playing in your front three if you were to drop Firmino? Obviously, it's a big if, but
yeah, that's actually a good question. I haven't thought about that one. I feel like I sort of when we were doing the Liverpool and Everton combined 11, and you mentioned that you mentioned about who we're going to start up front, Richarlison or Calvert-Lewin, and you said probably Richarlison will go better with the dynamic because he's a more all-round player rather than just an out-and-out goal scorer. But I think a goal scorer, like as I mentioned, a goal scorer would be interesting to see alongside Salah and Mane. So it's whether we don't really have one of those like out and out goal scorers, but it's whether Jota is probably the closest thing.
I mean, Salah is a goal scorer though, isn't he? Salah's always looking for goals.
Definitely.
He's that player for you. He is that player for you.
But he's effective on the wing. That's the thing.
At the club?
What was that?
Is Shaqiri still at the club?
Shaqiri is still at the club. He wasn't involved.
Would you give him a shot
in the last league game we played?
Like right wing, Salah
not league game. He wasn't involved in the last cup game we played when he would be, when he usually would be, and there was no reason for that.
What about him?
Yeah, I just said Jota. Jota's the closest thing we have to a striker then. So he'd probably be the one to give a chance to. Whether he plays on the left and Mane goes central, or he plays up front, or I don't know. The front three would probably be Salah, Jota and Mane. I'm not sure exactly how it would be arranged, but that's probably the one I'd go for if we were to drop Firmino. Personally, I still think, I don't know, maybe just keep Firmino in there, see if he can get through the rough patch. Just give him some minutes to show confidence.
I think that's what Klopp's going to do anyways. I think Klopp will just keep Firmino in there.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think he's looking to change.
No. But I'm happy to let that happen, even if Firmino's playing really badly. But I'm happy to let that play out.
So with Van Dijk obviously being injured now for 7 to 8 months, what kind of impact do you think that's going to have on your defence? Like, what changes do you see happening?
Undoubtedly, it's a major impact. I think it means we need to cover the defence more than we otherwise did. I've just seen that Matip hasn't been training with us. He's picked up an injury.
Gomez and Fabinho. I mean, you wanted to see Fabinho at the back, and you'll get to see him, I think, probably now that Matip's out as well.
Gomez is actually coming true.
Ishan's dream.
So
just not in the way he wanted. Not in the way he wanted.
Now Van Dijk's out.
It hasn't panned out the way you wanted it to, but it's happening anyways. So yeah.
Now Van Dijk's out, I would have liked to see Matip and Gomez at centre back and Fabinho play in midfield, actually, because Fabinho would have offered more defensive cover than any of the other midfielders would have.
What are you saying about Gomez though? Do you think he can fill in, or is he a problem?
It'll be a little bit of a problem, you know. He's not going to live anywhere near to Van Dijk's standards, especially with playing. He's not even going to get close. But I don't think he'll be as big the problem as people think. I think when he played there against Everton, he slotted in quite nicely. He didn't make any mistakes or anything like that. He played all right. So I think that's what we're going to be seeing more from him. A bit more consistency, a bit more stability. But we don't have really a leader in that role now. Even if Matip were to be in there, he's not really a leader in that defence. So that's another big problem. We're not just losing the defensive capabilities; we're losing the leadership and the organisation.
Also, do you think as well, along with that, you're losing obviously squad depth in terms of your defence? Because obviously you said you're quite confident with the Champions League, how you're going to progress through the group stages. I don't think losing Van Dijk will have too great an effect on whether you qualify or not. But in terms of obviously in the even round of 16 quarterfinals, I think you could struggle with that quite a bit.
I absolutely agree. Yeah. As for defensive squad depth, as you mentioned to start with, we have none. Even when Van Dijk was fit, we had none. It was Matip and Gomez, or Matip more injury prone than Gomez, but both of them are absolutely injury prone. And otherwise, we don't really want to be playing Fabinho at centre back. That's in Klopp's view, we don't really want to be playing Fabinho at centre back. He's one of our main midfielders. In my view, obviously, I don't mind playing Fabinho at centre back, but now we definitely need that mix of mobility and kind of centre back technical abilities. Which so Gomez obviously offers the mobility in centre back, and it'll be Fabinho rather than Matip if Matip's injured. Fabinho will offer that defensive capability in defence. As you said, about the Champions League, I think we'll be fine progressing through the group stage. But I completely agree. We'll definitely struggle round of 16 onwards. We're much less Champions League competitors than I made it out to be in the Champions League video. And I will be concerned going into every single game after the group stage of Champions League. I don't back us to win that or even get a final or semi-final. I'm not going to lie. Van Dijk had a massive difference.
Hey Sean, I never thought I'd be saying this or asking this question, but do you think you might sort of regret selling Lovren in the transfer window because of obviously now the injury crisis that you have at centre back?
Yeah,
I think you guys need to bring a centre back in. I think selling Lovren I think that's okay, but then I think your mistake was not bringing a centre back in to replace him.
Yeah, I completely agree. Because Lovren wanted to go. It would have been bad if us hold on to him. But after we sold him, we absolutely had to bring another one in because we know I mentioned the squad depth, but we needed that centre back replacement. As we've seen now, we're struggling with it. We only have one recognised centre back that's of the Premier League level, which is Joe Gomez. In our Champions League squad, Reece Williams is being called, and also Nat Phillips, who I don't think I've ever seen play. So that's concerning that we have to call up two inexperienced players like that for a Champions League game. So if we have another injury in there, we're a bit screwed. We're already obviously not at full capabilities, but yeah, if we get another injury in defence, then absolutely we have no chance of making it far this season.
So, shall we move on to the next game now? Chelsea v Southampton.
Southampton. Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously that was that was a entertaining game to say the least. 3-3. What did you guys think of the game?
I thought Timo Werner played well. Timo Werner, he's off the mark in the Premier League now. What was it? 2 goals, I think. Good movement.
Yeah, unlucky not to get a hat trick.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting one. Chelsea fans would have gone crazy. Imagine Werner hat trick out of nowhere.
Oh, thank God! Yeah,
In it.
But yeah, he definitely played well. Some of his goals were quite good. Ziyech came on. Ziyech made his first appearance for Chelsea and probably wasn't in the best circumstances. He came on and conceded, and ended up throwing the 3 points. But so credit to Southampton. To be fair, they showed character to come back from their deficit. I don't know if they deserved it. I don't know if they deserved to take a point out of that game.
I think they did. Like Chelsea, obviously, they have. I mean, their attack's never been a problem, really. It's always been the defense, and until they do make significant changes, I think we're going to see the same thing. Like, what was Kepa doing? It was the second goal, wasn't it? Where he just had an absolute stinker. Obviously, Zuma made the initial mistake where the pass back was a little bit short, but still, Kepa comfortably should have dealt with it. And obviously, he's completely missed the ball as he's tried to sort of like slide tackle it or like kick. I don't know what he was doing.
I don't know what he was doing.
He must have been put off by the man, but honestly, he was too far away to be put off by him. He should have just made contact with the ball. I don't know.
Yeah, the ball should have been somewhere else, and the guy just completely misses it.
And even then, when they just about managed to keep it in play, Kepa, like when he was running back to the goal line, he had another chance to sort of like fumble the ball away there, missed the ball again, and obviously getting that goal was vital for Southampton. Gave them a lot of hope and belief that they could, go on and grab the equaliser, which thanks to Theo Walcott, they did.
Yeah, 90th minute, right at the death.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it. Chelsea getting as, but
bro, what are we like? United? I mean, not United, sorry, but Liverpool, and actually not even just Chelsea, but Tottenham as well.
Yeah,
all getting done.
We'll get onto that game. We'll get onto that game.
We'll get onto that game. But yeah, credit to Southampton for keep on going.
Mm.
So, obviously, the next game. Should we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Obviously, Arsenal. It was a narrow loss. 1-0 to City. We've been. Obviously, it was like 3-0 last season, both games. So to only lose by 1, it's nothing to celebrate. Definitely not. But it's definitely progress because I feel like for parts of the game we were the better team, especially at the end of that first half. I'm really not sure how we didn't manage to score. Yeah, like I think Saka had a decent chance on his right foot, but obviously it's his weak foot. So, and for me, he played tremendously well that game. His dribbling through the Man City players, his passing ability, and in terms of making the right runs, creating space, it was great. him and Tierney on that left side. For me, I mean, I was shocked. Did you guys watch the game?
I did. I watched most on in the background.
Yeah, so like, were you also surprised when obviously you see the attacking front three of Aubameyang, Pepe, and Willian, and then obviously it turns out Willian's like playing centre forward and Aubameyang on the left and Pepe on the right.
Yeah, I thought that was actually going to work quite well. Actually, I saw that and I was actually kind of it was quite a good thought from Arteta. I'm surprised he actually tried something.
It was
like
intriguing,
but I thought it actually going to go quite well with Willian kind of dropping off like false nine almost. I'm not sure, false nine almost kind of thing. Just kind of a deep, possibly number 10ish kind of player. It would have allowed Aubameyang and Pepe to get further forward, further central into those more goal-scoring opportunities rather than being wide. So that's what I thought would go really well. But in the end, Walker absolutely pocketed Aubameyang.
Yeah,
Aubameyang had no chance against
tremendous.
Walker.
I think, the fact that Walker was able to obviously handle Aubameyang so easily, Willian. I thought Pepe was actually all right. But we just didn't. I think it showed a real lack of depth in the attack when we're in the air, because ever since we like lost Giroud. I mean, this was years ago, back in like 2018, I think it was. But yeah, we never really replaced him with another target man kind of striker that can. I mean, obviously you have Lacazette hold up the ball, does a great job, but to actually win the aerial battles, we haven't really had any kind of player like that in our attack. And yeah, so obviously Walker, the one area that he does lack in, which is in the air, he had no problem coming up against Willian. And obviously one-on-one defending, Walker is one of the best in the world at. So I thought it was actually a really good decision by Pep that not a lot of people gave him credit for.
Definitely,
because up against Laporte and Diaz, I think Aubameyang and maybe the other two as well would have had the beating of.
But yeah, just the fact that Walker matches him in pace, and obviously he's strong and disciplined. Walker, he wasn't going to let Aubameyang do a lot, and yeah, it was definitely a brilliant decision from Pep to do that. But yeah, you mentioned height and stuff, because Aubameyang's like 6'2", right? So I thought
he is, but
yeah, I thought what you do then is especially since Walker was bullying Aubameyang, I thought you'd move Aubameyang central and put Willian out wide on the left to see if Aubameyang got any more joy out of that, because then he could play just more of an out-and-out striker. But you guys didn't end up doing that, did you?
No, not until maybe like 70th minute. It was very late on in the game, and by then City were sitting deep anyway, so
right,
it wouldn't have made much of a difference.
Ceballos also played well, I thought.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we deserved something from the game, because he played. I thought Xhaka next to him was a little bit poor, but yeah, definitely he stood out as the key performer in that midfield.
And what do you think? Penalty shout?
Oh, what? And at the end of the first half?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was more. Where you had a free kick just outside the box, where like Mane and Gomez.
Oh yeah. It was identical.
For me,
wasn't
it was more of a foul than that incident.
Right.
But it wasn't given. I mean, it is what it is. Like, it was annoying as well, because it was right at the end of the first half, and like the referee literally blew like 5 seconds or something like that after, so they didn't really get time to check. They literally didn't check VAR at all. So it was just the unlucky circumstance of it being right at the end.
I think they did check it.
If it happens,
I think they did check it at the end of the half.
Yeah, they would have checked it. They wouldn't have just let it go.
Because the ref blew the whistle, and then there was a bit of waiting around, and they said they'd check it, and then obviously the ref sent the players down the tunnel and whatever, but they did still check it. They should have given it. It would have. Yeah, if it was me, they'd
that
give
annoys
it.
me even more than that. Definitely.
How
can you? No.
Do you want to put that into words, Jay?
And they just decided it's not a pen.
Bro, it makes no sense. VAR's done.
It is what it is then. Like,
if you had let's say the pen was given, you scored the pen. Would you fancy yourself to go and get 3 points from the game, or?
I mean, with the chances that we actually had, I thought we had better chances than them. So, yeah, but I don't know what it is. When it comes to the top 6 away, even if we do perform well like we did yesterday, on Saturday, still don't manage to get the result. It's happened too many times over the past few years, where we're the better performer, but never materializes into a proper result. So yeah, I mean, you could take positives from that. That was a good performance, but obviously it's the result that you really want as a team, and that just wasn't there.
And I want to touch on one more thing on this game. Obviously, there was a bit of controversy about Aguero on the assistant.
Oh my God! Stop it, bro! Just stop. We don't need to talk about this.
Yeah, I just think some people just blew it a bit out of proportion. If it was a male assistant, no one would deny it.
Bro, it's just a joke.
It shouldn't be any
people. Yeah, it's actually a joke.
It wasn't aggressive or anything. Oh, come on.
Yeah,
actually, I do want to bring up one more thing about that game. For me, no matter how poor Lacazette is in recent thing, no matter how bad his form is, you have to start him every big game. He just turns up for some reason against the big teams every single time. His inconsistency really for me is his downfall, but at the same time, it sort of makes him such a good player in these big games where he'll just randomly turn up. And I think obviously he hasn't got crazy height or anything, but in terms of his hold up play and his physicality, out of all the attackers, 100%. His is the best by far for us.
Yeah.
And I think that's where we really needed him in that first half.
Especially Lacazette tends, as you said, Lacazette tends to turn up against the big teams, and the big teams seem to deal with Aubameyang quite well. So Aubameyang doesn't tend to do much in the big games. I would have thought Lacazette would be the choice.
Yeah.
I had to decide to try something else with Willian, but
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I rate the effort. It was a decent effort from Arteta. Good idea. Might as well try it out. But in hindsight, we can see what maybe we would have done differently. So
obviously, the last game of Saturday was Newcastle v Manchester United, and there were a lot of things said before the game started, especially about the starting 11, and to be specific, 6 players on the bench should have been starting.
Yeah.
Now, Ishan, what was your thoughts on the game?
All right. So what I said about the starting lineup was, okay. So I didn't mention this at the time, right? But I thought it was right that Ole changed the lineup a bit, obviously. But the changes I disagreed with was Daniel James bringing him in, and also Fred and McTominay. So I said it quite strongly. I said
quite very strongly, very.
Quite strongly.
You were adamant to take Oli out.
You were, yeah.
So,
but anyway,
I went in on Ole. I basically said these are terrible changes. If United win the game, it's lucky, right? It's either that or
Newcastle awful.
Newcastle played terrible, or the players turn up, right? So Daniel James, he doesn't play well against a low block. This is why I said he shouldn't be playing against Newcastle, because Newcastle will sit back, defend, soak up the pressure, and that's just not Dan James's. That's not his favourite to play against, because he likes to play on the counter-attack, to use his pace to run at defenders, or just to sprint with the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
And when someone's soaking up the pressure, there's no opportunity for him to do that, and he didn't have an impact on the game. So I still stand by playing Dan James for this game, and he didn't have an impact on the game. As for Fred and McTominay,
the thing is, okay, no, the thing with Dan James, with Dan James, okay, he didn't exactly play well, but like he got into like he wasn't as bad as like you say, or like you put him out to be like. He got into good positions. The only thing that's wrong with like that he didn't do well was his end product.
Yeah.
When he gets into the good position, he doesn't know what to do with the ball. Every single time he makes the wrong decision. Every single time he needs to make a pass, he takes a shot. Like if there's a shot opening, he plays it out somewhere. That's what Dan James needs to work on. But you were just waffling, bro. Like before the game.
Because what I said,
whatever you said about
the counter attacks was completely wrong. Because like obviously, United had loads of chances coming from the counter. Like the penalty they won was from a counter attack. Bruno Fernandes, the goal he scored was from a counter attack. And what was the first goal?
Maguire goal came from a corner.
Oh yeah, that was a corner.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously, they got a penalty from a counter. They got, I think, 2 goals from counters. Rashford.
It was the Rashford one and then the Bruno one.
Yeah.
And that Wan-Bissaka scored a banger.
Yeah.
The thing is, if I'm Manchester United and I'm going to Newcastle, I'm thinking we should be controlling the ball here. We expect Newcastle to sit back and defend for vast majority of the game. And we're going to dominate possession in their half.
That's what they did. That's what they did. And that's what...
But they still got chances from the counter.
So how is it that you didn't score then most of your goals from dominating possession in the half? Because you didn't have... Okay, so for example, Daniel James, that's not his forte.
Mata did really well that game.
Yeah, so I didn't criticise Mata. Mata's definitely one of the better
not
changes.
United quality anymore.
I did say that, actually.
You did say that when we were talking about it.
But... When we were discussing the lineup, I didn't say Mata was not a good change. That was definitely a good change. Because I was saying more of the creative players in when you're playing against a team like Newcastle who soak up the pressure. That's why Mata and Bruno, they thrive. And that's what I said. Like, you need the creative players.
No, you didn't. You never said that.
Yeah, but Ishan, how did these players...
When you said 6-7 players on the bench need to play, who were they?
So Tellez at left back. Okay, let me get off the bench. Tellez at left back.
So you're telling me, okay, so why?
Okay, because he's just much better quality than Luke Shaw, and also.
So you're telling me Luke Shaw had a bad. So you're telling me Luke Shaw didn't have a good game?
No, I'm not.
He scored no goal.
I'm not saying.
Bro, did you see that? Did you see it? Luke Shaw isn't like as terrible as you guys make him out to be.
You can't really blame him for the own goal. It's not like.
Bro, he has to put his body in the way, and he did, and he was unlucky. You can't just let that run, because otherwise whoever's in the box just taps it in. Like, it was unlucky. Luke Shaw isn't as bad as you make him out to be, bro.
I never said Luke Shaw was bad.
But Tellez on the ball is a lot better. And like obviously Ishan said, this is a game where you're expecting United to have a lot of possession. And when you're in possession, not most people, literally everybody would rather have Tellez on the ball instead of Luke Shaw.
But I'm saying that Luke Shaw, like, he doesn't play badly. Like, he had a decent game, and he doesn't normally have a bad game. It's just and he plays well again. He's played well recently as well. Like, it's not like he's had stinkers.
I mean, Samir stopped backing him on FPL, so that would say other way.
Yeah, Samir's a waffler, but it is what it is.
It comes down to playing the right player in the right situation, and if you're expecting to attack,
who else then?
If you're expecting to attack for most of the game, I would prefer to play a player who's known for attacking much more. Like Alex Tellez is much more suited to attacking.
Bro, Tellez, obviously that Ollie doesn't want to play him straight away or something because
that's fine. I can understand that. I wasn't too like the main ones I was questioning was Daniel James, McTominay, and Fred. They were the main ones.
Like Greenwood over Dan James, I'm guessing.
So Greenwood didn't travel. Why didn't
Greenwood's got he's got an injury. That's what they're saying anyway. That's what Ollie said, that he's got an injury.
Pogba, Matic over Fred and McTominay?
Either Pogba and Matic, or maybe possibly Van de Beek. Do you realise that we've got a Champions League game against PSG?
Yeah,
do you not realise that? Do you not realise that, or do you I don't know what you're on about? Do you take that into consideration when you before you talk, or do you just waffle the whole time?
Yeah, but I just think they should be playing both.
What?
They should be playing both games because you need results in the league.
Are you silly? Are you silly?
But they need to build their confidence. We
banged up Newcastle, so it doesn't matter.
They've got their
But
best.
It just shows that you were waffling before the game, bro.
They didn't play, right? So you say you would want to rest your players.
Look at United's group. Look at United's group. For me, I said, obviously United third, but because of the players that they rested, you can tell that they're taking this a lot more seriously than I expected. And you know what? I reckon now they'll get second because who is it? Leipzig as well.
You think they're going to do better than you thought originally?
Koshi, who's the other team that's like really tough?
Leipzig.
Yeah, Leipzig. Come on, like you have to. For them, they can't afford to have any games off in the Champions League. Every single one literally has to be their best 11, apart from whatever dead team they have at home.
Yeah, but the point is their best 11 wasn't playing well until even their best 11. You'd argue they'd have to make changes to play well, right? So their best 11 weren't playing well. So I would have thought.
And Oli made changes. And he made right changes.
Right. Okay. We're talking about two different.
Are you silly, bro? Our best 11 just got battered 6-1 by Spurs. So obviously some players needed to get dropped.
Okay.
And that's what happened. And we need to rest players for PSG as well. So it was just it's what had to happen.
Okay.
Oli played the right team.
Let me ask you a question. And don't interrupt me before I finish the question.
Okay, go on.
Okay.
Go on.
So you accept that the team needed changing to get a result, yeah?
Yep.
And also, are you going to back that team that needed changing to get results in the league? Are you going to back that team against PSG?
I would.
You're going to back the team that's playing absolutely shocking. You're going to back them against PSG.
Yes, because bro, it's a run of game. It's a run of game. Oh, it's not going to be like consistently throughout the season.
It sends a message. It sends a message that you can't be getting banged up like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then expect to just stay. Huh? So they had an international break.
Yeah.
And I think there's more of the Spurs that loss was more down to fitness. I think that was our players weren't up to.
Bro, that was, I think.
And shocking
getting done early on, along with the red card. Like you're never going to see United perform like that realistically this season.
I think the international break
bring up the same
has
thing for
helped
Liverpool
our players.
using 7.
Liverpool using what?
7. We could bring up the same thing about Liverpool losing 7-2.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have changed our squad. It's just one game. It's one game. I would back them to come back like steaming for the next game, which they did. We started brilliantly. We've moved on from that game, so I'm going to come back to the United game. You say, okay, so I can accept now that you've said you needed to rest some players as well as they needed changing. So that's fine. I can accept Pogba and Matic not being played, but Van der Beek hasn't played many minutes all season.
Yeah, Van der Beek.
I still think should have played in your midfield.
Maybe he's good against PSG.
Okay, but I think he should have played as well. But he did Oli said he's been saying that he will get his time, and he just didn't think that he was ready for this.
Why are we even discussing this? Because at the end of the day, Oli changes. They worked. So why are we?
Yeah, innit? I don't know how you're still backing what you said earlier.
I agree with the matter one.
When we've won.
Okay.
No, bro, how are you still backing what you said earlier when we've won the game, we banged them up 4-1, and what you said was just complete waffle? How can you still back
waffle? It made sense. Parts of it made sense, but
parts of it made sense, but most of us waffle. Because we won the game. He's talking about the lineup, but in the end, it worked. The lineup worked, and we won the game. How can you still question it?
When I saw the starting 11, I said, Ishan, you can't be saying that kind of stuff before the game. Honestly, I thought Ishan was going to be right.
The reason I said it before the game
going to be right, but obviously there's always that chance that he is going to be wrong.
The reason I said it before the game was that Koshi didn't accept it last time. I said it after the game. He just wouldn't accept it.
Oh
so
yeah,
I said it before the game.
Yeah, that's true.
But listen, right? So I agree with the matter one. The reason you didn't get a lot of me agreeing with the matter one was because I was trying to defend all the rest of them, right? But I agreed with the matter one, and
how are you still going, bro? Okay, bro. How are you still going on about the lineup when we won the game? We banged them up 4-1. The lineup worked. Oli made a good change. How are you still questioning the lineup now? I don't get it.
I'm backing up what I said. I agree with. I'm still backing up most of what I said.
Yeah, but you were wrong. You were wrong.
Yeah, but you're not listening to why I'm backing it.
Yeah, but you were wrong.
You're not listening to why I'm backing it.
What? Go on.
Okay,
Go on.
right. Thank you. So, I'm going to say it again. At Newcastle, you expect to dominate most possession in the attack. And the fact that 2 or at least 2 of your goals came from counter-attacks shows that obviously you needed more creation in that midfield. And Dan James doesn't bring that creation. He didn't have the majority of an impact on the game.
Bro, did you watch the game? Did you watch the game? We created so many chances. We created so many chances in the game.
Ishon, there's no way you watched the game.
Did you watch the game?
Also,
I don't think you watched it. You said you were going to watch the 90 minutes. Bro, you said you were going to watch the 90 minutes, did you?
I didn't.
Okay, stop. Please stop.
I'm
stop
going
talking.
off what most people said.
This conversation is over. This conversation is over because we did create chances during the game. Rashford had a good chance. Bruno had a goal ruled out for offside. Bro, and we missed the penalty.
I saw all that.
So, bro, we created chances.
Because Dan James wasn't part of any of that. Dan James wasn't part of any of that.
Why do you keep going on about Dan James?
Because that's who I said shouldn't have started. That's who I said shouldn't have started. That was the main person I said shouldn't have started.
But they won the game, so why does it matter?
We won the game, so it doesn't matter.
But I'm still saying
well.
Dan
You
James
don't
had
know
no
you
place.
you don't know the whole impact.
Dan James, bro, Dan James didn't play as bad as you said. Dan James didn't play as bad as you said. Dan James got into good positions.
Yeah.
And he wasn't like, he was just running into running into random places. Okay, he got into good positions, but it was just the end product that was not there.
Yeah, but when in those positions that he's in, right, you have other players, I would have said you had other players if you had Greenwood. Greenwood would have done better in those positions. That's what the end product comes from. Because
Greenwood's injured. What you want about? Greenwood's injured. What you want about?
So you don't know that.
Okay, Koshi, you didn't let me finish. You didn't listen to what I was saying to start with.
Yeah, but stop. Don't mention Greenwood. Don't mention Greenwood when he's injured and he's not available for selection.
What I said
don't mention his name.
I would have said you would have had other players because before the game we didn't know Greenwood was injured. He just didn't travel as far as we knew. So I would have I said that literally what I just said was that I would have said that in those positions that James was in, the end product comes from a player who knows how to do the end product, which is Greenwood. And Jan James doesn't have the end product.
Bro, stop talking about Greenwood. Why do you keep bringing Greenwood up?
Oh my days! You're
he wasn't even in this.
There's no point in me talking. You're not listening.
I honestly don't care what you're saying.
You're not listening to
Greenwood,
me.
you can't talk about Greenwood when he was. Bro, Greenwood wasn't in the squad. So how can you talk about Greenwood not being there?
Before the game.
There was obviously a problem. That's why Greenwood wasn't in the squad.
Before the game.
So how can you keep bringing Greenwood back into it? It just doesn't make sense to me.
Before the game,
does not make sense to me.
We didn't know he was injured. He just didn't travel. We didn't know he was injured. We didn't know there was a problem.
Obviously means there's a problem.
No, that doesn't obviously mean there's a problem. That doesn't.
There is.
It does not obviously.
Yes, there is.
It doesn't. There was nothing said. They would have said he was injured otherwise, but they didn't say that. No one. So that's why I'm saying Dan James should have started because Greenwood should have started instead. But if Greenwood's injured, which I've literally just
forget that now, because bro, forget it. Because you're wrong because Greenwood's injured.
I've literally just learned 10 minutes ago that Greenwood was injured, so there's no one else that could have started in that position. So Dan James had to start, but I didn't know that before the game because Greenwood, to my knowledge, was fine. You're still not listening, bro. You're going to say something stupid. You're still not listening.
Bro, I just can't with you, man. I honestly can't because you just waffle so hard.
Right, okay. All you've said is you can waffle. You haven't said anything to counter my point. I've literally explained why.
Because you chat absolute rubbish. Bro, Greenwood wasn't in the squad for a reason. Greenwood wasn't in the squad. Okay, but you were wrong. At least admit you were wrong.
There's no point in that. Right. You're actually not listening to me. You're actually not listening. I've literally said there's no one else you could have played there apart from Dan James. Because Greenwood was injured, but I didn't know that before the game. That's why I said Greenwood should have started. And he should have started. If he was fit, he should have started that game.
Yeah, but that's irrelevant.
Okay, but that was relevant before I knew he was injured.
He wasn't in the... Bro, how many more times do I need to repeat?
Oh my God, oh my... No, okay, move on.
Bro, he wasn't in the squad, so you obviously know there's a problem.
Move on.
Okay, so the game after that was... Who was it? Was it Fulham?
It was Sheffield United versus Fulham.
Sheffield United.
Yeah.
So yeah, first points for both teams. So well done to them. And yeah. Good job. So
yeah, good job. Okay. No, but okay. So I mentioned Lookman. He came on for 20 minutes in the last Fulham game. I mentioned him. I told you, look out for him. He's sick for them, and he did again. He had another good performance, Lookman, against Sheffield United. He was the best Fulham player on the pitch, especially in the first half. He was the best Fulham player on the pitch. He was the only one making things happen. You know.
Did you watch the game?
I watched the extended highlights. Listen, yeah, I've watched apart from this game week, I've watched almost all of the games.
That's true.
Don't come to me about not watching games. I've always watched games.
Fair enough. No, we never said about watching the game.
Bro, it's just you've been waffling so much this week, and you act like you do watch a game.
It's this
just because like your cousin or something said something about a game, you just like take his word for it and just waffle and ramble on for ages about it. It's just okay, whatever.
All right, go on. Talk about this game then. Go on. Talk about this game.
So Sheffield United obviously had a goal that was disallowed, and they were unlucky at the end of the day. They were unlucky not to have had that goal given. So I guess you could say maybe they were done a bit harshly by VAR, but at the end of the day, I think they'll be pleased to have gotten the ball rolling with a draw, and hopefully they can build on from that. Obviously, it's like probably the easiest game of the season, so whether they'll actually be happy about getting a point or not is going to be a whole different conversation. But you still have to rate, getting points. So I think we should move on. That was a lot of waffle in 30 seconds. So the game after that, what was the game after that? It wasn't the Tottenham one. It was
Palace-Brighton.
Palace-Brighton. So
go on, Koshi, talk about this game.
Doing the unexpected and.
Bro, I didn't get to watch this game, so I can't really say much about this.
Oh, so you're not going to comment on it? Okay, so what? Bro, that's because silent through this.
No, but if you watch the game, you can make a comment. But Zaha, I didn't get to watch the game.
Zaha has matched it. You know what? Now that Mo's not here, I have to come out with the stats. So Zaha, this season, has already matched his goal tally from last season.
Oh, wow.
I think he's only scored 4
That
goals.
pen was questionable, though. That penalty was questionable.
Yeah. What were you saying about the dunk challenge?
That's a red card, bro. That's a red card.
No questions about that.
2-footed, bro. He just lunged in. Nah.
Yeah, Brighton done well to get back into the game, and what was this? I don't even know. It
was 1-1. It was 1-1.
It was 1-1, man.
Yeah. So who even scored?
Okay, it was Zaha and McAllister.
McAllister. Okay. You know what? He's cheap on FPL, so whoever has him on FPL has done well there. There's not much I can say about him. There's not much.
Oh, I would love to comment, but I can't because I didn't watch the game according to Kochi, so I'll just say silent. I'll just say silent. That's
I never said that.
You didn't say that. You literally said I can't say anything because I didn't watch the game.
I didn't say you can't say anything. I just don't talk like you watched the full 90 minutes.
That was just after watch the full 90.
That was just because you were waffling a lot about the United game. That's why. But yeah.
But now we're on to probably game of the week.
West Ham Spurs.
Tottenham v West Ham.
Spurs come out the blocks flying, like 20 minutes in, 3-0 up. I thought they were going on to win this game 6-0 or something. I thought they were.
They get going on to win the game 6-0. Their fans were thinking they're going to go on to win the title.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. That was the funniest part. Yeah, their fans were thinking they're going to go win the title.
Yeah,
but
definitely took to Twitter too quickly, way too quickly. And I heard a lot of them saying, I mean, obviously on BBC Sport, sometimes they repost some of the tweets that the fans are doing. And obviously, you see some of them in like the 50th minute saying, "What a joke that Mourinho hasn't brought Bale on. The game's already wrapped up. Now we want to see Bale calm and tear up the Premier League." So a lot of them have had absolute stinkers with that one. But at the same time, full credit to West Ham. Full credit to West Ham.
Yeah.
For like, I mean, what was it? 82nd minute, you're 3-0 down.
Yeah. Did not give up. Did not give up.
Yeah, kept on going. I mean, against Spurs, realistically, you've always got a chance. Because I see, I see some of their fans saying,
like, bro, Spurs,
even if we're 5-2 up, I'm never getting comfortable.
Yeah, bro, Spurs, ultimate bottle jobs. Like, you can never give up against Spurs. Always gotta keep going, bro. Because you always got a chance. You get a goal, you got a chance. Because Spurs will break. They will break.
Bro, built within them. It's in their DNA.
Yeah, it is in their DNA to bottle it. So
yeah.
But that Lanzini goal was something else, man. Jesus.
I mean, honestly, for me, I'm not just saying this because Lanzini scored, but before he had a crazy long-term injury for West Ham, he was doing serious bits in the Prem after, like, you know, Payet had left. And it was, you know, time for him to step up. So I'm really happy that now, hopefully, he's going to regain back the form that he had done from like 2-3 seasons ago. Yeah. He was like a heavily underrated player.
It's just because he's injury prone as well. He doesn't get consistent spells in it. So it's unfortunate for him.
Yeah. But should we call it right now, goal of the season? Or taking into account the circumstances and like the context of the goal?
Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. The context does come in quite big with this goal. Let's not call it 5 games in. You know, let's not call it goal of the season.
It was a banging goal.
Oh yeah,
it was a banging goal, bro. I thought Bruno's goal was kind of like that was a sick goal as well, but it was a different type of goal because it was more of a team goal compared to this was just an absolute banger. Lanzini's was just a banger.
I mean, obviously, it made Koshi's wallpaper on his laptop.
Bro, no, the thing is, it was just an ice cold photo.
Oh, that's all it was. You got a new laptop, innit?
Yeah.
Jeez.
It was an ice cold photo. That's why. It's not like it was like that big of a moment. Like, it was just an ice cold photo. That's it.
No, that's like Liverpool fans.
I explained this to you already. No, like, why am I going over this?
Okay, but this is like Liverpool fans, right? Having like the picture of Salah doing Watford over or whatever. Like, you would never see.
It's not the same. I don't see a problem.
It's not the same. Exactly. It was just an ice cold photo. Bro, it was just a sick photo, innit? So I just say it as my background. That's it.
Fair enough. I mean, to be fair, I'd probably put Ainsley Maitland-Niles one of his penalties as mine, so I can respect that. But what did you guys? I'm guessing you guys watched part of the game, or at least highlights or something.
I've seen highlights. I haven't seen the game yet.
Mm-hmm. What did you make of Gareth Bale on his return?
Gareth Bale actually wasn't in any of the highlights, so.
I mean, he should have scored.
You didn't watch the highlights.
He had a good chance.
100% they would have shown a chance in like that.
Yeah, they would have showed you, bro. He was in on goal. He took it past the player, and then he slipped and he put it wide.
Done really well there, but
he slipped and he put it wide, bro. He's put it wide.
Like, I thought that was going to be like the perfect return for Bale. You know, Bale.
Yeah.
Like battering West Ham, scored like a really good like solo individual goal. If he didn't, obviously managed to put it away. But yeah, was shocked that he bottled that.
And then, bro, at that point, if he scores, the game would have been done, I think. But
I mean, most of us thought the game was done already, to be honest. But, who knows what Tottenham would have done even if they're still 4-0. Who knows?
But yeah,
when was the? Oh, I just realised the only other team I think in Prem history to ever bottle a 3-0 lead was United in Ferguson's last game.
What? Is that an actual stat? The only other team to bottle a 3-0 lead in the Premier League?
That can't be
no,
true.
after the 80th minute. After the 80th minute.
Okay.
Because obviously,
okay.
Yeah, Arsenal bought a 4-0 lead before. We got robbed in that game, but anyway, we don't need to talk about that game. But yeah. You know what? I just realised United fans, they'll laugh at, Gerrard sending off after getting battered at Stoke, but they still kind of bottled it with Ferguson.
I mean, we didn't lose. We didn't lose that game.
Yeah, but you're 5-2 up in the 80th minute, and it ends up being a draw.
I know, but it is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. So I remember, like, in his interview, whatever, he was actually really upset about that, really angry that you bottled the win. Yeah. Bro, that's when West Brom had ballers like Sessegnon.
Bro, Lukaku was banging in goals for them that game.
Yeah.
He scored I'm pretty sure he scored a hat-trick that game, bro.
Really? Oh.
I'm pretty sure he did, bro. But I don't know. But that was
Then we've got last game of the weekend. Leicester v Aston Villa. And what a performance once again from Villa to come away with another win, maintaining their 100% win record.
Bro, Aston Villa, we were violating them. So every week, bro, it's been 3 weeks in a row now, and they won again. They won again. I don't know what to say.
It's looking worse and worse for us.
It's looking worse and worse every week. Bro, I don't know what to say, really. Barkley scores in the 91st minute or something.
Yeah.
It was
a
decent goal. Yeah, it was a decent goal. But 4 wins on the trot for them now. Jeez.
You know what? I hope Barkley really does find his form again, because the Barkley in his last or his season before last at Everton, he was just ridiculous. He was quality player. Back when they're prime Baines, Kevin Morales, quite a lot of ballers at Everton. But yeah, with Aston Villa, I'm not expecting major things from him. It could obviously be that his performances are coming from an overall sort of good team morale, which I do not expect to last for much longer. I could be, I wouldn't be surprised if they go on to maintain this run for a while. But yeah, I'm going to call it now that I don't think it will go on for much longer.
Do you reckon relegation's out the window now?
Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it should be if they turn it'd be funny if they go into a relegation battle now, then after they've been in this position, 4 out of 4 wins, bro. Then there's obviously something.
It would be great because then Liverpool once again getting slapped up by another team that gets relegated. That would be beautiful. But yeah, obviously, and you know what? Oh, you know what's really bad as well? People were laughing when Emi Martinez said, "Moving to Aston Villa it was a step up in my career for me." He's looking like he was right. He was right.
I mean, I don't think he meant it. I don't think he meant it in that way. But I mean, it's looking like it has actually been a step up for him.
They finished the buffer. Oh no. I mean, they're not going to win the league realistically, but if they did, another one of the Arsenal memes where it's a player leaves Arsenal to go and win the Premier League once again.
Oh my god!
Add to the list. Gosh, but yeah, definitely fair play to Aston Villa for keeping this run up. And I think that's it for the Sunday games.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I had a stinker, man. I captained Vardy. It's good he didn't even play because he was injured, but my vice captain was Aubameyang. He got 2 points. Another FPL stinker. It was between him and Salah, and yeah, not great.
Well, I captained Reece James thinking he'd start and play and keep a clean sheet for Chelsea, maybe get an assist or something.
No.
He didn't play until he came on in the 90th minute and played a minute, bro. Bro, that's the stupidest thing. My vice captain, the worst part
you got finessed. You got
vice
finessed,
captain
okay?
is Ademola Lookman, who scored and got 10 points.
Oh. Bro, why is he your vice anyways?
If Lampard had not brought on Reece James for 30 seconds, I would have an extra 10 points. Yeah.
Mate, stink. Wait, so did Reece James get 0?
No, he got 2.
You got 1.
Yeah, he got 2.
Yeah, captain
so 1,
2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2. Oh, I thought because he... So what, he came on after they conceded then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, he must have done, right? No, he wouldn't have done. I don't know. He came on.
FPL stinkers all round then.
Bro, FPL for me this season is already finished, to be honest.
Kickoff is... I mean, oh, no, did you see my kickoff?
yeah, but I seen that. What? Yeah, that was sticky for you, bro.
Stinker. And obviously, Josh come in. It was not... I thought he came first. But yeah, after Monday, he ended up second, so... Fair play to him. Fair play to Josh.
All right, so...
Oh, Jay, I'm right down there with you, bro. I only got 1.6 points. You got 1.5.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, was it? Wait, what game was it? Would it have been?
I only got...
Mine was the United game.
I put 3-2 to Man City against Arsenal.
Oh, I think I put 2-1 to United or something, but yeah.
Ishran, you put 1-1 in the Newcastle United game.
Bro, I would have got the Arsenal score right if I didn't support Arsenal, because there's no way I'd back us. It's annoying. Like, easy points lost. But yeah. How did Elliot not back his team, though, I swear, against Everton?
Yeah.
Elliot, which Elliot?
Bro.
Sumter, I think.
Sumter, bro. He put 2-2.
What an idiot. Oh, my days.
But yeah. Bro, Monday games were awful. Absolutely abysmal.
I mean, you can always rely on Burnley to give you the first 0-0 of the season. Always rely on them. Always rely on them.
I was surprised with West Brom. I thought that West Brom would have scored, to be honest. But why did I don't know. I backed West Brom for some reason. It's stupid. So yeah. You know what? Because they gave us the first 0-0 this season, I don't think we need to be giving them any kind of mention at all. Like, dead game. So we'll move on to Wolves v Leeds. I backed Leeds for that 2-1, but
yeah, bro, I was backing Leeds for that one as well. But I mean, Jimenez's goal was kind of lucky, bro. Like,
yeah, it was deflection.
It was a huge deflection. Otherwise, the keeper would have had it easy. Yeah. But I mean, they got the win in the end.
I'm surprised it was such a close game. I put 2-2. I would have thought there'd have been much more losses, or much more goals anyway. Much more goals.
Bro, yeah, I put 3-2 Wolves. I thought it'd be a high scoring game. No, 3-2 Leeds. Sorry, I thought it'd be a high scoring game, but nope.
What are we saying? Red card or not for Jimenez?
I mean, Son got like a red card for that last season. I'm pretty sure because he kicked out
in the chest. Yeah,
it was literally the same thing, bro. Like, but the reaction from the Leeds player just wasn't as dramatic. I don't think. That's the only thing difference. But I don't know, man. I don't know if it's such a hard. It's hard to say, but I mean, technically, I think it probably should have been a red. Like, if you look at it, I don't know though.
You know what? Shall we move on now to game of the week? That was it. Game of the week. I mean, apart from like Monday, you know what? Saturday and Sunday gave us a lot of good games. For me, I know about you lot, it's between... Well, it's not between. For me, it's one clear, but you have to give like a mention to Chelsea v Southampton. Obviously, Tottenham v West Ham is going to be the standout one for me. But yeah, I think you could put Liverpool and Everton as a nomination for that as well.
I'd say between Spurs, West Ham, and Liverpool, Everton.
Yeah, I agree.
But the Spurs game was just funny, man. I don't know.
Isn't it? Like, bare controversy with the Merseyside derby, but
yeah,
you have to give it to West Ham. Yeah, Tottenham. Oh, jokes. But
I mean, the reaction of the fans like when they were 3-0 up made it even better, to be honest.
Isn't it? That's what really made it amazing. Like, was it title contenders?
Title contenders, yeah.
Oh, now we're never going to win anything under Mourinho. We're always just going to be bottle jobs. It's too funny. Like, bro, they could actually go bare harsh and like on their own team. Like Tottenham fans after that game. It was mad. But yeah. Tottenham v West Ham gets game of the week. So now we're on to Dub Merchant of the Week. I think would you say Werner for his?
I'd say Jordan Pickford.
Yeah, 100%. No, Pickford, saviour of the Premier League.
Oh my god!
For me, that puts Liverpool out of the Champions League race, the title race. They're not.
Yeah, I mean, the title race this season is wide open. Well, everyone's beating everyone.
In it, everyone's like sort of looking in, but now the door has shut on Liverpool. Liverpool aren't winning it, so
the door's not shut on us. We're still contenders. Which not as favourites as we were before.
You don't have, bro. Van Dijk technically, like, if for you, he's irreplaceable. Like, you're not gonna find someone the same as Van Dijk that can fill his boots.
Yeah, but we just play more defensive.
He's gonna be such a big miss, and you're not gonna have Alisson for like the next month and a half or something. I think that he's gonna be a massive miss, both of them as well. Like, I think your season's like it's gonna be tough.
See another 7 come really if you're not careful.
I don't think. I don't know. It's tough to say right now, but because, I don't think it's going to be a tight race for the title. I think this season a lot tighter than it was last season. I don't think you're going to run away with it like you did last season.
Yeah, I think
not a chance to run away with it.
Man City will probably end up going on to win it, but because obviously, the De Bruyne injury is kind of minor. Okay. So I think other players that definitely deserve nominations. God, I just forgot what he said. That's it. Wan-Bissaka grabbing his first goal for United, and bro, he's getting dubs on and I mean, I don't know if it's a dub, but
I know it's a dub, but
you got to rate it for it. You got to rate it.
Yeah, you got to rate.
What a guy!
You do have to rate it. You do got to rate it, bro.
Was he following in the footsteps of, what was it, Martial, Greenwood, and it was the other guy that done
it? Bro, I saw it.
I can't remember another United player. Yeah,
who was it?
It was someone I didn't expect, but I can't remember who it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who was? Oh,
Martial. Greenwood.
It was definitely, yeah. Everyone remembers that Martial when he put that Instagram post.
Yeah.
I apologize. And that was, jeez, honestly cannot remember, but fair play to the lad. I mean, I probably wouldn't have said no either. Like
Fosu-Mensah.
Fosu-Mensah, was it?
Fosu-Mensah and Andres Pereira as well.
Jeez, your whole squad is getting mad. You got the obviously United squad coping up with their goals. The Arsenal squad, half of them on drugs. Have you seen how many of our team, how many of our squad was doing balloons one summer? I think it was.
I saw that.
Was it Guendouzi, Lacazette, Aubameyang? Can't remember the others.
It was Kolasinac as well, right? I saw it was Kolasinac.
Probably was, to be fair. It probably was.
Oh, that's funny. But yeah.
So, who will we saying is Dub Merchant of the Week?
Bro, for me,
actually, let's not make a West Ham player. We'll give it to Lanzini.
Yeah.
As well. Lanzini as well.
But for me, there's a clear winner this week, and that's Pickford. But I don't know. I don't know about you guys.
You know what? I don't want to cause any controversy, so I'm going to back Koshi with that one.
Oh my god! I really thought you were going to choose a reasonable suggestion after that build-up. Oh my god.
I got this one. Who are you saying then?
I don't have the energy. Just pick Pickford and get it done with.
Oh, so you're saying Pickford as well? Okay.
Jeez, he rates what Pickford done.
He rates what Pickford done.
Yeah, he saw that challenge and he was like, "That's my, England's number one. That's England's number one.
That's England's number one. England's number one.
Exactly.
My keeper, jeez.
I mean, you do you, Sean, innit? Personally, if if like Gabriel got injured like that, I'd have been fuming. But
Leno literally got injured like that.
If you want to choose Pickford like that, then that's up to you, innit?
Oh my! I'm literally holding a stress ball right now. Yeah. You people are
you have a
me.
stress ball.
You people are
stress ball. Okay.
Why do you have a stress ball?
Nah, bro, I got one as well. To be honest, I mean,
Why?
I use it more as a football, innit?
It's just not. Yeah. It's just nice to chuck around.
Yeah.
I hate you moving on from this stressful talk. Merchants of the week.
Bro, I mean, the Spurs team, bro. All of them.
The Spurs team.
Yeah.
We'll say Kepa. Actually, I don't want to put...
I feel bad for Kepa, yeah.
I feel bad for Kepa. I think we should leave him out.
No.
He's been nominated.
No, you're right. But it is Kepa. I mean, it's peak, but actually, no, we gotta go with Kepa, bro.
Jay, there's a reason why he's been nominated so many times, because he's trash.
No. Oh god. Okay.
Imagine they signed him on a 7-year contract. 7 years.
Oh my days.
7-year contract. Okay.
So we've got Kepa, we've got the whole Tottenham team. Who else do we have? Firmino?
I mean, Firmino.
Nah, it didn't stand he didn't stand out as much as.
It didn't stand out as much as.
It's like consistent for him, isn't it? It's not something crazy. So who else are we saying? I mean, yeah. You could easily give it to...
Let's just go with Kepa. If we have to think this hard, then surely
No. Are you crazy?
Did you hear what I said?
The whole Tottenham team deserve it a lot more.
Oh, okay. Sure, go with that then.
That is crazy. No, do you think Kepa over the Tottenham team?
And I was split between the two. Both of them were terrible.
Kepa single-handedly cost his team.
In particular, we spoke Gareth Bale, considering it's his return. He had whether that would have sealed the game or not, we'll never know. But he had a chance to extend their lead, score at home, and absolute awful return to him, for him at Tottenham.
Yeah, but just go. I'd say Spurs team. It's just.
Spurs team. It is.
Yeah. Terrible.
Are you sticking with Kepa or?
No, that's fine. Spurs team is fine.
Spurs team. Oh, I mean, we had a lot of bangers this week, but yeah. So, I think it's clear who we're going to pick for goal of the week. But are there any other people that deserve a decent shout?
I don't think so. Barkley's goal was good.
Salah.
I mean, Salah's goal was good. Wamsas scored a banger.
Bruno's goal deserves a shout.
Yeah, Bruno's goal was mad.
Finish. Who played the ball for Bruno?
Mata did. No. So Mata gave it to Rashford, and then Rashford gave it to Bruno. Yeah.
Yeah, the Bruno one, and
it's definitely between Lanzini and Bruno, and Lanzini just takes it, doesn't he? Lanzini takes it.
Lanzini's is just.
I would have said Bruno, but Lanzini was a banger, so I can't even say no to that. So yeah.
Yeah, completely like that. Good goal from Fernandes, but Lanzini takes it. And you know what? I think that's about it for today.
Yeah.
I don't think we missed anything.
Hi everyone, thank you guys for watching. That was our controversial Premier League review.
Controversial.
Controversial.
What was controversial about that?
What was so controversial?
Let's wrap it up. I'm not getting back into this. I'm not getting back into this.
There's no
Thank God it's over.
There was no controversy.
Apart from
there was no controversy
with the United game. No controversy.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching.
Controversy here.
If you want to see some normal opinions that are actually valid, go and watch our recent content on other game week reviews, and we have some extra stuff out there as well. So we'll see you next time.